Thank you for your patience and thank you for being here this afternoon. I will not give a long introduction. We are here. We're going to talk about the public safety layoffs and other cost-saving measures that are underway here in the city of Flint. And from this point forward, the next voice you'll hear will be the Honorable Mayor of this city, Dayne Walling. Before he speaks, I want to add we do have our police chief with us today as well. If you have questions that are public safety related of the chief, he's here to answer those questions for you. Thank you.
All right, well, good afternoon. You know, the city of Flint, we continue to find ways to cut costs in the face of a budget deficit for the year that ends this fiscal year, June 30th. I'm happy to announce today that with all the cost-saving measures we've been able to undertake, we have trimmed $5 million from our budgets. And here's how. Unfilled positions, utilizing grant funds, our layoff days with our cooperating unions, our exempt employees, appointees, and myself, changes in health care contributions for myself and appointees. We're going to every other week trash collection. We're reducing the number of golf courses scheduled to be open, and the indefinite layoffs of more than 100 city workers, including the 69 police and firefighters who will be laid off beginning tomorrow. So a couple things that we've talked about before, and I'm happy to answer questions on later, but it was our union local 1799, our city supervisors, who along with myself, my staff, and exempt employees are taking 12 days without pay by the end of June 30th. This results in approximately an 8% per employee reduction. As you know, for me, I'm also giving back 5% of my salary, and by a city council resolution, myself and appointees are now contributing 30% of our total health care costs to the city. If you add those numbers up for a total per employee cost, I've given back 17%, and my appointees have given back 13%. We've been seeking this kind of shared sacrifice with all of our city workers. Shared sacrifice saves jobs, including our police and firefighters. Over the last 5 years, our costs for police and firefighters have gone up on average more than 40%. This has resulted in an average cost per person, including salary, overtime, and benefits. I want to be clear, salary, overtime, and benefits. It totals nearly $100,000 each, and this community cannot afford these sky-high prices. So for months, my administration has been negotiating with our public safety unions to reach an agreement on a 15% total cost concession. That would take, if it were accepted across the board, that average cost of $100,000 down to approximately $85,000. And that could be through any combination of salary, health care, sick days, holidays, equipment, other direct benefits that can be reduced, retirement contributions, you name it. We've put a number on the table to try to convince and persuade our union officials and their members to make the kind of shared sacrifices that other city workers have made and the families all across this country are making in this tough economic time. Unfortunately, our sales to this point, public safety unions have us with 3 fully operational fire stations to service our citizens and respond to emergencies. And those stations cover the entire city. So I'm confident that our fire department will continue to make public safety and their responsiveness their #1 priority. So this is not easy, but we can no longer afford to live outside our means. Shared sacrifice saves jobs, and in this case we were not able to achieve the shared sacrifice, and we've had to result in 69 fewer police and fire employees. So I'd be happy to take comments. Chief and I can both respond as appropriate to your questions.
The police department says their number in terms of the average total compensation comes in at around $76,000, about $9,000 less than what you were looking for. The union president said that the administration's math hasn't really added up to this point,
right,
and that they're willing to even offer as much as $2 million in concessions. How do you respond?
You need to know that we have 3 police unions. We have captains and lieutenants, sergeants, and patrol officers. This average cost is reflective, and we have a 4th firefighters union. This $100,000 per person is the average of all of our public safety unionized employees. So an individual union, their number may be more or less, but the way these contracts have historically operated, they share terms across the union agreements. So for the police patrol officers union to isolate his numbers and to say that this number isn't accurate, I think I've just described to you that the average cost is what it is, and we're certainly seeking to achieve that 15% reduction with the patrol officers, with the sergeants, and the captains and lieutenants.
This is just for this fiscal year, correct? Is there
Well, this fiscal year is almost over.
Sure.
I mean, we've been negotiating this whole time, and while the rest of us have been taking layoff days and changing health care and making other adjustments, our police and fire unions have continued to collect the same oversized salaries and benefits throughout this entire period. So we are seeking a 3-year contract agreement, and that 15% needs to be 15% total each year, not progressive. It's not 15 plus 15 plus 15, but it also can't be 5 plus 5 plus 5. It's got to be 15 in fiscal year 11.